And now an 8 comes off. He has gotten outdrawn on the river by Darren Elias. If it goes check, check, Darren's going to win this pot. So let's take a look at the chip count. Andy Wong well out in front with 15.3 million. Jake Schindler, the high roller, in second place with 9.1 million. Darren Elias in third place.
Big money for first place, of course. And the champion will get that beautiful Hublot watch. What an honor to have that. Let's go to the felt. The Andes are 20,000 blind. 61-20 on Jake Schindler from Florida. He's got queen 3 of hearts, and he won't play.
Alex going out as well. Round to the chip leader. He looks down at Kojak.
Makes it 250 to a WPT two-time champion, Darren Elias, with a pair of 8s. Darren's got to like that. Makes the call.
Darren plays very conservative against the chip leader.
Into Jason Bryn, a non-professional good old boy from Kansas. Goes out, and Mina Greco, the Italian from Houston, Texas, also folding. So here we go with the flop, Mike.
Now flop is queen 7-7. Now Andy's going to check, and with that, Darren's going to realize his 2 8s are the best hand here, so he's going to get a little bet in. 250,000. He's just hoping he doesn't get check raised, which he doesn't, and he goes out. So Darren Elias taking down that pot. Darren going for his 3rd WPT title tonight.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today with this QR code and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Andy with a pair of 5s this time. We'll make a raise. 250 to go. Darren out.
I'm all in.
And now Jason Bryn with a pair of jacks has gone all in.
I mean, and quickly went all in, too. All right, it's folded back around to Andy.
You moved in really, really fast.
What's up?
I think it was still on him when you moved in.
I think he folded. I don't know.
It was really, really fast. I hadn't even looked up yet. You're all Jesus.
Very, very fast move by the non-professional out of Kansas. He loves hunting and fishing. Quite a trash talker at the table. Kenny hook his victim here. Nope.
I actually wanted to call.
Andy goes out.
You had a pair? Yeah, I had a pair.
Well, Andy very happy he made that lay down.
When I go in, I got it. Just to warn you guys, I'm feeling all in-ish.
Mina Greco folding. Jake from Florida also going out. And now Alex has gone all in with an ace-10.
He's only got about 8 big blinds, so he just shipped it here like anybody would do with this hand.
Andy out. Darren out. And now it's on Jason Bryn, who has a pretty good queen, jack of spades. It's callable.
How much was it total?
Yeah, it's going to cost him just under 700,000 more to make the call. He can afford to make it, but do you want to do it with queen jack?
I call.
And look at this, he's getting the call, he's getting the action, and Alex is out in front.
Yeah, as the cards lie, Alex about a 3-2 favorite to win this pot.
Alex traveling with his girlfriend in a camper.
Must win it to stay alive. Otherwise, back to the RV.
Queen Jack, let's see a flop.
Let's see if Jason Bryn can outflop Alex. It's a king 3-3. Not good for Jason.
Yeah, good flop for Alex. So far, so good. Incidentally, his girlfriend, Angelina, as you just saw there, also played in this event. So they're both poker players.
All right, going to the turn. It's another king. Good for Alex.
It was a paint, but the wrong one for Jason. Jason needs a queen or a jack to eliminate Alex from this tournament.
Let's go to the river, see if he can Have his hand hold up. No, it's a queen!
Queen of diamonds.
Tough look
Jason
there for
Henry.
Alex
Two
Linsky.
pair here.
So the young Aussie taking it on the chin right there, man. Out tonight in sixth place.
They take home 135,000. Awful beat on the river for Alex. It is back to the RV on the road. We're down to 5.
Thanks for that river, dear. I'm gonna tip you later.
Well, we've heard that before. What a suck out on the river. We're seeing it all.
Andy Wong well out in front still, 15.7 million. Jake Schindler in second place at the moment.
Everybody's pissed that I called in. I made you guys like 30 grand.
Nobody's pissed.
Darren Elias folds his hand. Jason, Mr. Lucky, goes out.
I'm not playing until my bladder gets emptied.
Mina from Houston, Texas, won't play that junk. And now Jake looks at a pretty good ace-6.
Wow, just calls with it, and Andy says, okay, let's have a flop. And flop is queen at 9-3.
Helps neither player, then they both check.
Yeah, goes check, check.
Go into the turn 4 diamonds.
Check, check again. Now the board pairs 4s. And now Jake is going to bet the ace high here for value. And Andy, of course, never going to put him on an ace high because he didn't raise before the flop. This guy could easily have something like 8-7, 8-6. Tried for the hero call, didn't work. But what a bet by Jake on the river, just ace high, and got paid off by jack high.
On to this one, Mina with Jack 9. Now, she's been very conservative tonight, but look at this. She's going to take a shot, make a raise, 275 to go.
Yeah, she sees all these other guys raising a lot of pots. She's going to try to raise one and take it down, but it's not going to work. Her buddy from Houston, Andy Wong, looks down at 2 kings again. He had him earlier against her at this final table when she had ace-queen. She won the pot when she spiked an ace.
Are you going to take it easy on your friend? No, not to be. He's going to raise to 650. Darren out.
And forget about taking it easy.
Jason Bryn having a pre-senior moment.
I fold.
And he goes out, and Mina, the jig is up.
Mina with nothing, taking a shot, but
Well, she knows how aggressive this guy is, though, Vince, but still, you just have jack 9.
All in.
Call.
uh-oh.
All in and called. She was hoping he would lay it down. Didn't expect him to come up with a hand that strong. And Mina Greco's timing just couldn't be worse in this situation.
2 jacks on the flop.
Oh, just a mistimed bluff.
Good luck, Mina.
Gotta respect the guts, at least, of it, but now Mina in trouble.
Jack 9.
King, king.
Did you say king, king?
That play against this player would work a lot of times, Vince, but unfortunately for Mina, not this one.
Andy with a whopper. Let's see the flop. Can Mina get extremely lucky? No, 4-3 deuce on the flop.
Well, Mina's going to have to catch 2 runners to win the pot. 2 runners of a combination of a jack or a 9. She gets 2 runners to make a straight, they will split the pot, but Mina in dire straits at the moment.
Texas friends going after it, and it's a 3 of diamonds, pairs the board.
She played too many pots against Handy tonight. Both from Houston, both good friends.
See you back in Houston.
Yeah, so back
This wasn't meant to be for Mina.
Mina Greco has to say ciao. She'll take home 167,000. Let's go talk to Mina.
I really wanted to represent the ladies and take it home, but I'm super proud of Andy. He's doing really well, and I really think he's going to take it down. So I'm going to be cheering for him.
Andy's are up to 20,000 blinds, 80, 160. Here we go. Action on Darren Elias. He quickly folds his hand. Jason Bryn, good old boy from Kansas, won't play.
Now action over to Jake Schindler, and he picks up 2 aces. He's in the small blind. And look, Vince, he's just limping in the small blind here to try to trap this over-aggressive player, Andy Wong. But Andy, not falling any traps at least yet, checks right behind him.
Andy with a 10-8, and the flop is at A7-4. Only gets better for Jake.
He didn't raise with aces before the flop. Now he's betting him on the flop. Many people watching this hand would say he played at Wong, and Wong goes out. Vince, just frustrating. You get 2 aces, you get no action. Jake Chandler taking down that pot.
It's a pretty good hand. I mean, as soon as you smirked, I was like, man, you must have aces. And he did. I thought you were going to shove flop. I was pretty ready.
Quick fold by Jason Bryn.
And here he's going to raise it to 400,000 with the king 5 offsuit.
Yep, Jake is going to push it. Andy out, and now Darren Elias with a king 8.
Darren making the call and has him dominated right now. King 8 versus king 5. Comes the flop. 9-5 deuce. Good flop for Jake. He's out-flopped Darren with that hand. Darren's going to check.
Let's see if Jake can put in the continuation, but no, he doesn't.
Surprised me, Vince. You raised before the flop with a king 5. You hit part of that flop and then check. Doesn't make sense to me.
Jack on the turn. Darren checks.
That's another scare card that Jake doesn't like, so he checks. And now an 8 comes off. He has gotten outdrawn on the river by Darren Elias. If it goes check, check, Darren's going to win this pot.
Check.
And Jake is going to have a little talk with himself after this hand. Darren wins the pot with 2 8s, and Jake's saying, I'd like to play that hand again. Well, you can see him talking to himself right now, Vince, as he's sitting there in his seat, chastising himself for the way he played that pot.
And action's going to be on Darren, the 2-time WPT champion. Did it in 1 season. Going to fold this. Jason quickly folding ace 8, surprising.
How can you fold ace high on the button, Vince? Just doesn't make sense.
Jake just called it.
I know these guys are great players. They have more chips than you. But if you don't play that hand against the blinds, it's going to be very tough to cross the finish line with the trophy.
Both men have hit 3 of a kind. Jake checks. And he's going to bet 160. And of course, now he's going to be calling. He's getting into deep trouble here.
Well, it could be in very serious trouble, Vince. I mean, there's a good chance this could be a split pot if any big card comes up, but that's not one of them there. 5 comes off.
Oh, Jake checks again. And he bets 400.
If it comes 3, 4, 6, 7, or an 8, Jake could be jaking out of here.
Well, Jake just calling. That's smart, at least. Going to the river card. Let's see if it's a big one. No, it's an 8.
An 8 gives Andy a full house. King's full of 8s.
Check.
Again, Jake checks. He couldn't have played this hand more conservative, and lucky for him, he has. Andy trying to figure out how much can this guy stand a call. Never going to put him on 3 kings the way he's played this pot.
Full house.
Well, 965 the snap call, but Andy shows him kings full of 8s. Against Jake lost the pot, but played it about as good as he could have.
So Jake, who looks a little like Harry Potter when he grows up, takes a big hit right there.
You see the chip count, Andy Wong way out in front, 18.6 million. Jake Chandler with about 7.8. Darren Elias with 4.8, and the non-professional Jason Bryn in 4th place right now with 4 million in chips.
Jason Bryn, good old boy from Kansas, family man.
He's got his hands full, Vince. He's not only on the short stack, he's facing 3 of the best players in the world.
Jake is raised with ace 8.
Andy Wong has picked up 2 kings again. Well, this is the 4th time he's had 2 kings at this final table. He is cowboyed up here in Oklahoma.
Comes in with a raise, total of 960. Darren out. And here's Jason with a queen jack. He cannot play that at this point. So back on Jake from Florida.
Well, he just lost with 3 kings to this guy. Well, he's going to raise it to 2.2 million, but that is not going to work. Andy going nowhere with the Cowboys.
You would not think so.
All in.
And there you go. Pushing it all in. Quick ejection by Jake Schindler. Taking a shot there. Just didn't work.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today with this QR code and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
On to the next hand.
Jason starts his hand with the button.
Durant folds. Jason Bryn now with a pair of sixes.
Small in.
And he's going to push all in.
Aaron folds, Jason moves all in.
But Jake Schindler behind him with a pair of eights.
Now, Vince, the guy went all in for $3.3 million. You're never going to think a guy's got aces, kings, or queens betting that much money. He would bet a smaller amount. He would want players. By betting that much, it looks like he's got a weak ace, a small pair. At least that's what it would look like to me.
We'll see what Jake wants to do.
All in.
He's going to go over the top, all in, to get Andy to go out. Andy does fold.
Vince, I think Jake calculated that perfectly. Understood the guy had a small pair or a weak ace probably to move all in for $3.3 million. And Jason Bryn, who was once down to 3 big blinds in this tournament, stayed alive to make it to this final table, but looks like the parade's over for him.
I was hoping he called with ace king or something.
Loves to coach the kids in sports.
Did all take 2 sixes on the flop, please?
Might be the end of the line for him, but you never know.
Well, he's asking for 2 sixes on the flop. Wouldn't you be happy with just 1? Oh, and 1 does come out. Well, Jason pumps the fist. It's not over, though. Jake could catch an 8 to make 3 eights or a 5 to make a straight, which would give him the win. Notice Jason's wife, Megan, just bounced up out of her chair. She drove down from Kansas City to watch her man. He's out in front right now.
What a flop for Jason Bryn. Jake has to be so disappointed. He doesn't look like it. He's rolling with the punches. Maybe he'll get lucky on the turn. Here we go. It's an ace of hearts. No luck there for Jake. Jason Bryn out in front, going to the river.
Jake needs an 8 or a 5. Nothing else will do. He knows he made a great call pre-flop. He's got unlucky, at least so far. Jack comes off, so Jason Bryn going to double up. And that is just tough luck for Jake Schindler right there.
Jake putting the money in. Jason, heart pumping. Fist stumping, they're kissing, they're having a good time. Big double up for Jason Bryn, the non-professional at the table. This is what poker's all about.
Sucking out?
Basically.
Sorry for the suck out, bud.
You don't have to say that.
No, I'm serious. I don't like winning that way.
Fair enough.
I'll just go on the record, I do.
Obviously, I'll take it. I just
Good catch.
feel guilty.
Yeah, nice one.
I feel no guilt.
Actually, you do feel a twinge of guilt, but you feel glee inside as you're stacking chips. That's all I know.
Oh, you just never know in this game. Anyone has a shot, as we've seen over the years on the WPT.
Well, what you can see by that chip count is Jake Schindler is now in deep 4th chip position in dire straits.
Jason with ace-3 will muck that quickly.
We've seen him muck several ace highs here.
And Jake raised to 560.
He only had 10 big blinds. I'm shocked that he didn't move in.
We got a re-raise by Andy, though. Darren Elias goes out.
All in.
And there's the Jake all in.
All in, he's got just under
All in and called. So it's a race situation. Jake with the 4s. Andy with the 2 overcards, the ace-8.
half his hand pulled up.
The last hand, Jake took a horrible beat with 2 8s against 2 6s. And if he loses this race, he's going to be out in 4th place just like that. He's got to be saying to himself, come on, a little justice. Let me win this race.
Jake learned how to play poker in high school, he said, while eating pizza, having fun with the friends. Now he's a high roller. He needs some luck, and so far, so good. King 10-7.
Yeah, but 2 clubs on the flop, Vince. This gives Andy an ace-high flush draw, so any club would win the pot for him.
Uh-oh, it's an ace.
So with that ace on the turn, Jake is down to 2 outs. He must catch a 4 on the river, otherwise he'll be out in 4th place.
Things turning so quickly for Jake. He needs the miracle right now. Can he pull off the 4? No, it's a jack of clubs.
Well, take your hat off to Jake Schindler, Vince. It's his 3rd consecutive cash on the World Poker Tour. He finished 8th in their championship event last year.
Dude, I'm sorry about the beat.
Finishing fourth tonight by being very unlucky in a big pot with 4 players left.
So Jake Schindler gonna take home $224,000. Let's go see what he has to say about it.
No, I definitely don't feel okay about it, but it is what it is. I mean, my stack was worth like 130K more than what I got, but there's nothing I can do, you know? It's over.
2 WPT champions versus a non-professional player.
Durant Elias this time with a king 6. Seems to like it. Gonna make it 5:25 to go. Jason out.
Now Andy going to make the call with a king 3 offsuit. So the WPT champ's going to battle it out here. Well, 9-6 deuce. So good flop for Darren as he's flopped 2 6s. And it goes check, check on the flop. Oh, when a king comes off, wow, what a card for Darren. He's now got 2 pair, but his opponent has top pair.
Andy checks.
Well, it's just like a caution flag went up for Andy when Darren checked the flop after raising before the flop. Now he bets.
650.
Andy calling.
Going down to the river. There's 3 hearts out there.
Well, a 10 comes off. So possible straights, possible flushes out there. And Andy's going to lead out and bet his 2 kings for $825,000.
Andy shifts gears.
And now what do you do with 2 pair kings up with all the possible straights and flushes out there?
All in.
Well, you go all in if you're Darren Elias. He's going to make a value raise here and represent a bluff where this guy might call him with top pair. We've seen him call with worse. We saw him call with jack high once earlier at this final table when Jake bet him at the river once.
Well, but it's not going to get the value he wanted. Andy's going to fold the hand.
Well, Darren's mom very happy, as is his wife Judy, sister-in-law Sarah, their man, raking in the chips.
Thank you. Guess I should have just folded the turn. Would that have been too nitty? I don't know, you had? I had a king. Yeah, I think it'd be too nitty.
Well, Darren Elias needed that boost in chip count. Get back in the thick of things here.
He's got 8-7 this time.
And he's going to be aggressive. Raise on the button here with the 8 high. 525,000 to go.
I raise.
And Jason is going to 3-bet it out of the small blind with 2 6s. Let's see how much.
$1 million more.
Just a little milli more.
Andy goes out. And Darren.
Calling $1 million raise with just an 8-7. Now both these players started this pot with about 7.5 million in chips. So it's not like you have a whole bunch of chips where you can just call off $1 million here and there. Flop jack 9-4. Action on Jason. What do you do with 2 6s now?
1.2 million.
Well, you bet 1.2 million.
Darren has nothing but an inside straight draw. Does he want to speculate here?
Well, he's in position, Vince, but still, he only has 8 high. Gonna cost him another 1.2 million. He's only got about 6 million in chips, but he makes the call. And Jason just stares at him. What do you got? Are you slow playing me, partner?
Darren catch, no. Nothing card, 3 of spades.
You're sitting in Jason's seat. You are worried about that call on the flop and pre-flop.
All in.
Well, look at that bet.
Darren Elias has moved all in here on a stone bluff, folks. He does have the gut shot straight draw, but just an 8 high.
Well, he just figures if Jason had a jack in his hand, he would have let out. Or if he had an overpair, obviously he's going to bet it. He's figured this out beautifully to try to shake this man from Kansas loose.
Just doesn't think he could stand the heat after he checked here on the turn. He's going with his gut, Vince.
4 million. Wow.
Well, Darren hoping he's got ace queen or a small pair where he's going to abandon ship here.
Bad thing is I just don't think you're bluffing. Because you don't play like him. Good hand.
Oh boy, he's going to lay this down.
I'll ask to see it one time. I've been showing mine.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Jason, be careful what you ask for.
Good hand.